everyone, and welcome back to Agents of Damned, our D&D Let's Play podcast featuring myself, your sometimes benevolent, often malevolent Dungeon Master, Jordan Roman. And, as always, I am joined by my fellow players.
Hi guys, I'm Katie, and I play Faith.
Hey guys, I'm Christina, and I play Wintera.
And I'm Drew McLean, and by Bahamut Superior Silverware, I play the good Dr. Arlo Aegon.
I keep forgetting that those aren't innuendos, and my first thought is always, in what way does this relate to his junk? And it's always really weird in that mindset.
Honestly, at this point, you're the one that's more obsessed with his junk. I've moved
Probably.
away from... I've grown as an artist. I've moved away from that subject. You're living in the past,
You're
man.
You're past your genital phase.
Past my genital phase. I'm in my blue period now.
Blue ball period. What?
Man, fuck you. No, not even fuck you because of the joke. Fuck you because that was good and I didn't think of it.
Getting back on topic, we are getting ready to see the agents head off on their third mission. But before we get to that, I think we need to remember what happened during the intermediary period since Silvery Moon. Last time, Wintera spoke with Bookworm, quite literally, as Bookworm revealed that she could verbally speak Druidic through manipulating the wind with her magic. During their conversation, Wintera learned that Bookworm, along with Orlo, Yarvum, Ryan, and Odart, were the founding members of Damned. Wintera promised to keep Bookworm's Druidic communication a secret. The following day, Arlo and Wintera confronted Saith in the dining hall, and the trio had an impromptu study session on the manual containing the world's newer laws and regulations. During this group powwow, Saith finally revealed the true nature of her recent magical abilities, and her connection to Asmodeus. She also told Arlo and Wintera about the circus that cursed her to forever smile, prompting the others to promise to help her find said circus and end the curse. The following day, the group was treated to a day of fun and relaxation for Damned's mandatory recreational initiative, Beach Day. After crushing Divine Shield in a questionably friendly game of Void Ball, the gang found that Nelg had been hired into the organization and decided to get tattoos to celebrate. At the end of the company getaway, Arlo asked Ryan out on a date, hoping to start off their romantic relationship in full. Despite turning down Arlo's advances, Ryan did offer to take him to a favored restaurant of hers on weekends so they could engage in platonic camaraderie. Some time passed, and the agents were once again called into Ryan's office. In anticipation for future encounters with Ash, who had become a notable problem in Ryan's eyes, the agents were outfitted with new weapons and gear. Now, they await eagerly to be briefed on the details of their next mission. And so, we resume our tale. As mentioned, you guys have just been outfitted with a whole slew of new shit, and Ryan has just said that she is going to begin to inform you all on the details of your newest assignment. But before she does that, she turns over to Alar, Nisa, and Morgren, who were there to assign you your new equipment, and sort of waves them off, like, "You are all dismissed." And the three of them head off. As Alar passes by you guys, though, he stops for a moment and turns around and says, "Oh, before I forget, Dr. Saith, when you're done here, please head back down to the armory. I actually have another little thing that you guys might be interested in." And he turns around and walks out. As they all leave, Ryan turns back to you all and says, "So, for your next mission, you all will be heading west. Very, very far west. The heart of the Tymantherian Empire." Now, Arlo,
Yep.
you are quite familiar with this place. Because, while, yes, it is typically known to most people as Tymanther, to you it is known by something else. Home.
Oh.
Time Anther is the country where the Dragonborn are most commonly found to be. It is essentially their homeland, and said to be the ancient home of the first dragons. Now, before I go too far into this, Saith, I want you to roll me a history check to see what you might also know about this place. Wintera, you do not get to roll because I have a very hard time believing that you, as a forest dweller somewhere nowhere near it, would have any means of knowing anything about this place.
That's very fair.
Non-natural 20.
So I would say you both have relatively equal knowledge of this place. Inherently, Arlo would know more since he's from there, but that doesn't mean that your knowledge is any less invalid.
Fair enough.
So what I would say you would both know is that the Time Anther Empire is separated into two large divisions, separated by a large mountain stretch known as the Smoky Mountains. Now, to the northern half of the mountains is where you will find the Chromatic Dragons, and they tend to be divided into the 5 kingdoms, one for each of the different Dragonborn races. So, like your Red Dragonborn, your Green Dragonborn, etc., etc. They're more like traditionalists. They tend to stick to more like the old ways, not really much for keeping up with modern times. Now, to the south, you will find the home of the Metallic Dragons, and they are far more modern. They focus on trying to have, like, the best craft, the strongest military, and as such, they are more of a united front, where their governing body is a group of 5 elected representatives known as the Council of Iron. Now, despite the aforementioned Giant War, which I talked about briefly last time, the relations between the Chromatic and the Metallic Dragonborn, especially amongst older members of the race, are not super great. The idea of the two groups uniting is still relatively new, and as such, with the exception of younger Dragonborn, it is not exactly taking off super well. That would be what you guys would just base knowledge know about them. So, Ryan continues speaking and says, specifically, I will be having you all head to the military base of Ruinspoke. And Arlo, for you, this is actually the place where you received your training. This was the very same base where you learned how to be a soldier. Now, here's something that you know that Saith would not know. The town of Ruinspoke, aside from just being a median area for the Unthuron ruins, it also serves as a refugee town for demons. Now, not malicious demons, but rather demons that kind of got sick of all the bullshit of the Abyss and decided, you know what, fuck that noise, we're gonna head over to the material world, not to cause trouble, but just to get away from all the madness. So, you have actually had interactions with demons before, not a lot of demons, but some. And you are even aware that the drill sergeant and person primarily in charge of training all the new Dragonborn is a particularly powerful demon named Cain. Getting back to the current, Ryan goes on to say, now, your mission there is twofold. The first thing that you need to do is recover a shipment that was lost of Ioun stones. Now for this, I am going to need you all to roll me either a history or an arcana check to see if you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
16.
11.
10.
Alright, cool. Wintera and Saith, you guys have both heard of them, and you just know that they are magical stones of some sort. You don't know the specifics of them. Arlo, you've heard a little bit more about them. You know that these are stones that are said to be able to enhance someone's abilities and even grant them amazing power, but beyond legends like that, you don't know much about them specifically. So Ryan continues to speak and says, "Now, as I said, this is not a simple get them and go type mission. There is layers to this one. You see, Arlo, as I am sure you specifically are aware, relations between the different factions of the Empire are not exactly great, shall we say.
Yeah, they've definitely been better.
Arguably, they're the best they've ever been. But, yes, that is indeed true. As such, knowledge of these stones needs to be kept classified. For, if either side were to find out about this, it could lead to a potential civil war, depending on who gets them. Be it any of the Five Kingdoms, or even the Council of Iron. If any of them were to get their hands on it, it would likely spell a one-sided genocide. This is obviously something we cannot afford. As such, you will all be going in under a false pretense. You are there to apprehend a fugitive that is said to be hiding within the nearby ruins. However, your mission does not end there. For you also need to find and locate the operatives that I had originally sent to recover the stones. While you are there, you are to search the ruins for both the stones and the group known as the Friday Night Fun Pals.
No. They can't be lost. No! No!
Arlo, calm down!
Sorry.
That's weird. I feel like I just saw them somewhere.
Nice.
Well, I'm not entirely sure how likely that would be. I sent them out shortly after our little beach day errand. During that time, they unfortunately managed to get captured. At least, that's what we can only assume. We lost contact with them shortly after their arrival. So, I trust that they are likely fine. They are among my finest operatives, despite their showboating. They do often tend to get the job done quickly and effectively. So, even though things have not gone well, I still choose to believe that they are fine. That is why you will be going to provide them backup, and to see this mission through. Now, the rescue mission, that part can be public knowledge, if you feel it will assist you, but the stones must remain secret. And she looks at you specifically, Arlo, and says, as well as your identity, Doctor.
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring that to your attention. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely necessary, 1 being absolutely unnecessary, how necessary is it that people know that we're there at all?
The organization is allowed to be there. They were already previously aware of our mission, or at least the front that we provided them, and were willing to accommodate the Fun Pals. So, Damned itself is fine. It's you who might be the issue.
Yeah, that came to mind as soon as you mentioned that we would be heading back to my home there. They really can't, well, I guess they in general really can't know that I'm there poking around, especially on behalf of Damned.
Indeed, it would be a shame for the agents to lose their leader over something so trivial. So, in addition to needing to come up with a cover name, we also will be providing you with this. And she reaches over to her desk, where there is a hat, very similar to the one that you wear, and she tosses it over to you.
Arlo catches it, or at least tries to.
Alright, roll a dex check, smartass.
It's gonna be a 15.
You catch it. Well, try it on.
Sure. And Arlo takes off his existing hat, which as he takes it off, you can kind of see that it's actually a pretty worn. It doesn't look quite so much when it's on his head, but you see it taken off. You can see it's been through a bit. It's been worn quite a lot. And he throws the new hat on.
Okay, now Arlo, you yourself cannot initially tell anything happening. However, Saith and Winterra, you two see him begin to change. His face sort of contorts, like his snout takes on a slightly different shape than it did before, and his scales begin to change from its usual shimmering golden color to a bright crimson red.
Huh. Neat!
As long as you have that on, I don't think you should be encountering any sort of issues.
This is a magic hat, right? Like, it's not like you didn't just give me, like, a different hat to wear and that's the whole disguise.
Look at your hands.
Well, I mean, my hands are all... Oh, shit!
Precisely. This is a heavily modified hat of disguise. Under normal circumstances, a hat of that magnitude would only allow you to temporarily modify your looks however you see fit. However, this one has been pre-coded, so to speak, with an already existing disguise. You cannot change it, but it also will not wear off. As long as you wear that while you are within the Imperial limits, you should have no such issues. That being said, there is one other aspect to this little disguise, two rather I suppose, that will need to be addressed. Obviously, if you go in and introduce yourself as Dr. Arlo Aegon, no amount of red scales will hide the obvious connection. So, you will need to come up with a new, temporary name for yourself. At least as far as the public is concerned. You don't need to come up with it now.
How about Salazar Mander?
I hate you.
But y'all can call me Sal.
As long as you can remember it, it's fine.
I'm just gonna call you Butt Cheeks McClagan.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Saith, please, we're trying to have a professional conversation. Mind your tongue.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the other issue is your particular dialect is more common amongst, well, Golden Dragonborn. As I am sure you are no doubt aware from, well, your father, the dialect of Red Dragonborn is slightly different. And this, in a meta sense, is my minor punishment for you coming up with a dumb name for your father.
I have to come up with a new fucking accent to speak in now. Fine, I'll use my Kenji voice.
Ryan begins to speak again. Now, as I made clear through your new arsenal, I believe it is a very high likelihood that you will encounter Ash once more. Now, by assigning you these weapons, I am by no means saying that I expect you to confront him head on. In fact, I would like you to stand by the usual routine that I had given you before. Avoid conflict if at all possible. Especially now that we know he is a dragon. And a shadow dragon, no less. Fortunately, we were able to confirm that by speaking with our resident Shadowfell expert.
We have a Shadowfell expert?
Yes, Odart.
I am infinitely more confused about Odart the more information I get about him.
He's from Have you never talked to him?
He's not very nice.
He's not really the talkative type.
Have you tried having a conversation with him? He's a child. He loves to talk.
For a child, he sure uses some, grown-up language.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, he told me one time that I should go fuck myself with a squid when I asked him how his day was going. I don't even know what that would, like, how would you even do that?
I just... Yes, the boy is from the Shadowfell, and he was able to confirm our worst suspicions that you had brought to light that he is a potential Shadow Dragon. Unfortunately, it also seems to be a particularly powerful one, so it is not terribly likely that your own magics will be able to do much harm to him, even if they are born of a more celestial presence.
Arlo, as you say that, does like a little like salute up to the sky to Bahamut.
What?
As he does that, Saith looks down at the floor like
Christ!
Tara just looks confused.
Do you have any further questions?
Tara actually chimes in at this point. She looks over at Arlo's hammer, kind of realizing something as she brings up Ash, and she kind of glances at the gems that have just been given to him in the weaponry, and she looks back at Ryan and she says, that gem that was brought up from the temple when we kind of relayed everything, were we ever able to know what that is that he has?
Unfortunately not. Whatever it is not something natively born of the Shadowfell, nor is anything like that known on the material plane. It is entirely possible it might be something born of Bishaba's dark magics. However, the realm of the gods is something largely unknown to us. As such, unfortunately, our knowledge on whatever that thing is limited to non-existent. Though, based on the context of what... I'm sorry, Zaith, what do you call your cat again?
Moody.
Right. According to what she saw through Modi, it appears as though it would in some way be able to influence one's behavior, given how he spoke of using it against Granifor.
And how he spoke about, or I guess how Elima spoke. She was terrified of him. Nothing could convince her otherwise.
It is entirely possible. Unfortunately, analyzing her body would be extremely difficult at this point for a multitude of reasons. The primary one of which being I am still, as we speak, trying to garner enough levy for us to be able to operate within the city of Neverwinter once again. And she just looks at Saith.
I sent a letter apologizing.
Believe it or not, that didn't have as much of an impact as you may have thought.
Yeah.
Regardless, unfortunately we do not know anything about the gem aside from simple theories. Regardless, you are to avoid contact with Ash if at all possible. Ideally, he will not be involved in this, but that is not a chance we can take. We must be prepared for anything. If you have no further questions on it, then I suggest you head on and prepare yourself for the mission ahead.
Sounds like a plan, ma'am. I think before we go on, I want to have a short sidebar with my team, just before we go on this mission or go any further.
Yeah, I have questions.
Marlo, as they leave the room, kind of takes them aside like a quiet corner and is like, so, we are going to be going around to my home. It is very important that we understand one thing without getting too far into any details. If we come across a woman named Kamodra, we must avoid extended conversations with her at all costs. That woman is sharp, and she will figure me out. And at all costs...
What did you do?
Don't worry about it. It's not relevant information.
Arlo.
Hey, when Safe does it, we're like, oh, Safe, you're so precocious, and we just let it go. I get one, alright? This is my one.
Okay, alright, we're gonna give you this one. For now.
But yeah, you come across a dragonborn woman named Kamodra. Keep it short and sweet, and do your best to excuse yourself.
You got it, boss.
Thanks, guys.
I just can't take you seriously when you look like this. I'm sorry. It's weird.
But I'm sure I'm still handsome. Do I have a mirror?
You can find a fucking mirror. You're in a giant fucking castle. No mirrors anywhere.
Not a single mirror in sight.
Yeah, Arlo has a look at himself in the mirror and is like, yep, still look good.
I will say, as you look at yourself in the mirror, you do start to see more tints of your father in you than you're used to seeing.
So like Arlo like does like he's like a standard like, yeah, still looking good, but like he looks a little closer and kind of starts to notice that. And you both see him kind of like sigh heavily and turn away from the mirror and kind of actively avoid looking at it for the remainder of the time.
Arlo, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I feel like that's a bold-faced lie, but we can move on.
What? Well, I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be?
Faith puts her hand on his shoulder, like... Bud, we already went through this with me. If you gotta do it too, you gotta do it too.
I just have a little bit of a past, but, I deal with things the Clan Aegon way, where you take all of your emotions and you form them into a little ball, and then you swallow them, and then that's how you deal with it.
It's not healthy, but same.
Yeah, honestly.
You all have such healthy coping habits.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys ready to do some shopping?
Hell yeah!
Let's shop, baby.
Alright, so Alar mentioned that he did want to see you guys at some point. However, if you want to hold off on that one for a little bit, there is always the general store or the archives, as per usual. Oh yeah, and the dining hall.
I do want to go to the not the archives, the general store.
Real quick before we start shopping, I just now realized something. So Alar, our friend, he is a homosexual, correct? Yes?
Yes.
Galar. Okay, we can keep going now.
And now I begin thinking what horrible thing I'm going to do to Arlo later on in this mission.
Oh no. Right, so I want to pick something up at this general store. I know it's weird that I want to go there voluntarily, but when I was training under them, there was something cool that I've been saving up for that I actually really want to get.
I'm fine with that. We can, honestly, the order we visit things doesn't really matter, so if that's where you really want to go, let's head for it.
Alright, so you guys make your way on down to the general store. As you find your way in there to the familiar signage of Rick Slavenly's Corporeal Oozes, you notice there's a new addition to the sign over the storefront. On the side, like the bottom right-hand corner, there is a smaller sign that reads "And Nelg."
Oh.
Rick Slavenly's Corporeal Oozes and Nelg. Just imagining new people coming in like, so, I'm not sure what corporeal oozes would be, and also, like, what is Nelg? Why is it so important that he, like, advertises that he also has Nelg?
How many new shoppers do you think are coming through the damned HQ?
I have to imagine that they have, like, new recruits every so often.
I mean, you've only ever seen the teams I mentioned, so...
That's probably fair.
Alright, so as you guys head on in, you receive the usual greetings once you are clocked by Rick Slavenly. Well, hello there! Welcome to Rick Slavenly's Corporeal Oozes! I'm Rick Slavenly! Rick pops up. And I'm Little Rick! How can we help you?
Hi, guys! I wanted to buy some black pudding!
At last!
Yes!
I can't tell you how long I've waited for one of you to purchase one of my little babies! You guys hear a groan off in the corner.
Hi, Nelg!
Hi.
How are you, holding
the investigation to see who is responsible for my torment has begun. Justice will be swift and cruel.
Well, good luck with that. I have no idea who could have been involved with that one there.
I appreciate your honesty, Arlo. It's good to know I can trust you.
What? I am not Arlo. I am Salazar Amander. Sorry, I had something stuck in my throat. This is how I normally talk.
Yeah, okay.
Right! So, one black pudding, and I think I might also get a grappling hook.
Yo, wait, what? Has that been an
Are
option?
we ignoring the fact that you have one on your tail?
Oh yeah, I do have one on my tail. I forgot that it was also a grappling hook. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Grappling hook.
So he goes in. God, I didn't think you were gonna be the first one to do this. This is gonna be stupid. Rick goes into the back, and you just hear like a bunch of jars shuffling around back there. Until eventually he comes back with a big ol' jar and slams it down. It's like, alright, now they need to be acclimated. Oh, don't worry, my fine, scaly friend. I assure you, it's a perfectly normal process. And in fact, it's actually quite necessary to ensure their loyalty. You see, under normal circumstances, most oozes can be considered, and I almost can't believe I'm saying this, semi-mindless beasts. But they will just sort of attack and consume most things. And so, mine have been specially bred that whenever they become acclimated to someone, they form a sort of link with them and allows them to control it at will.
Neat!
Now, I assure you, the acclimation process is perfectly normal, and I want to make sure that while going through this, it is completely comfortable and not in any way problematic for you.
I'm used to weird shit happening.
Excellent! Strip for me.
Rick, at least buy me dinner first.
Well, you're paying for this one, actually, so...
Safe, blow your whistle.
Oh God. She shrugs, and she does as she's told.
Do Arlo and Ventera look away?
Arlo definitely looks away.
Wintera is kind of confused by Arlo looking away, because to her, like, this is just like, I mean, clothes are still kind of a thing, like, she doesn't care one way or the other. But she kind of looks at Saith and kind of turns away a little bit, just out of privacy, not sure how Saith feels.
She is absolutely covered in scars.
Oh! Well then. I guess that tracks, I just didn't think about that.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Anywho, as you do this, Rick opens the jar and the black pudding crawls over towards you and kind of begins to envelop you. Just to make sure this is perfectly 100% clear, it doesn't do anything bad. Whatever anyone might be thinking, it's not doing that. It is literally just learning Saith's scent.
I've seen enough hentai to know what's really happening.
No, it's not. I cannot make that clear enough.
Jordan, I feel like you're giving a valiant effort, but you will not be able to stop the horrendous fan art that will come from this moment.
I can try!
You can try. You will fail, but you may certainly try.
Why am I surprised that it's warm?
Well, why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. I definitely was expecting something more along the lines of,
No, please, say it.
handmade oobleck.
What a weird thing to say!
Arlo in the background is just like, I'm not liking anything that I'm hearing.
Mel just chimes in and says, haven't you been here before? I feel like you should know about this.
It's honestly not as bad as Thornbull sticking his spit in my ears.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was a thing.
So this goes on for a little bit, and eventually it crawls back into the jar. I assume you immediately get redressed.
It's kind of scream.
Okay, now I feel like I actually have to ask, do you get redressed?
Yes, of course I get redressed.
You put it out there, I don't want to assume.
Faith just becomes a nudist, like...
Who needs armor?
Everyone has to fight at disadvantage because they're using one hand to cover their eyes.
I mean, I think that you're speaking for Arlo. I don't know what you think Wintera cares about.
Or the local town perverts. Anyway. Alright, he's all yours.
Thanks, Rick! By the way, I drew a picture for you guys!
Oh yeah, I saw it. It was quite flattering.
I'm glad you liked it!
God, this is fourth wall breaking as fuck.
D-meta.
Oh my god. So, is anyone else interested in partaking of my delightful little babies?
The hardest of hard passes, my friend.
Why are you speaking so funny?
This is how I talk. I am Salazar Amanda. I am a different guy.
Yeah, okay.
This is out of character question for you. Do the oozes count towards my, what are we calling it? A
Oh, your pocket
sphere?
monster sphere?
Yes.
As I will say, you have to purchase it, just for fairness' sake. And as long as it abides by the same rules, yeah, you can do it.
Wait, hold on. Does Rick count for her pocket monster sphere?
Oh, absolutely not. He's way too powerful. His CR is definitely higher than what's allowed for the sphere, I assure you. She will never be able to capture Rick.
What if she weakened him first and inflicted him with a status condition?
That's not how CRs work. CR doesn't go down because something's weaker.
It was a Pokemon joke.
I know it was, but that's not what this is. It's totally original, like I said last time.
Oh, yeah, it's very different. How could I have confused those two?
Honestly.
So remind me, once one of my monsters is destroyed, that's so many different references. Once one of the monsters is destroyed, does it go back into the sphere essentially, or is it like the slot is just gone?
Think of it like it's a sort of... It's more like you've captured the essence of that creature, and it's just sort of the spiritual manifestation of that creature is summoned. So it's still kind of just there.
Okay, so like after whatever amount of time, I could summon it again.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So then in that case, yeah, let's do one too.
Which thing are you getting?
Let's go with the, oh, why is it called that? The slithering tracker.
That is the worst name.
That is also too powerful.
Oh, is it?
CR2 is what you need to aim for. Slithering Trackers are CR3. Come back in another level.
You can still buy it and use it regular style.
That's true.
Yeah, you can just do that, and if it lives until your next level up, then you'll be able to do it then.
I actually don't know if I want to have that many things just yet, so I think I'll hold off for now.
Okay.
So never mind. But I do want to ask him for some potions, and also ask Little Rick for a Pearl of Power.
That's a good idea. I should probably restock up on potions.
When Tara goes over and she says, "Can I please have 3 greater healing potions?" And then she looks at Little Rick, "And do you have any pearls of power still?"
They both in tandem say, "Of course!" And Rick slavingly goes into the back to procure his potions, and Little Rick climbs up his shelf in order to find a pearl.
And for me, I think it would be... Let's do 3 potions, and then the black pudding, I think, was 1,000, so 1,300.
I believe it's 1,100, so that would actually be 14.
Yep, okay.
Alright.
And Arlo pipes up and says, "And I too will have a pearl of power, young friend."
I'm actually several centuries old, but thank you!
I
Little Rick!
was unaware of this, as I am a new person who has just come here today for the first time.
Oh.
Is this a game that we're playing?
I really don't think you have to keep this up here.
I have to get into my practice.
Alright, yeah, he gets you a Pearl of Power.
So Arlo, like, gets the pearl from Little Rick, and it goes, oh, okay, why is it, moist?
Little Rick winks.
I don't like that response at all. It is moist and it smells funny.
Yes!
When Terra starts it, she says, "Our salamander, you know we should not ask those questions with regards to the items, or you get answers you don't like."
This is true.
Alright, where are y'all heading to next?
To the armory.
Alright, so you guys leave the general store and make your way over to the armory. Once you guys walk in, Alar clocks you guys almost immediately, as if he's been waiting for you. Like, hello there, Arlo. Say, Arlo, I love the new look.
I do not know who you speak of. I am Salazar. Salazar Amanda.
Doing some roleplay, are we?
When Terra rolls her eyes as hard as she's ever rolled her eyes before.
So Alar turns to you and is like, so I actually heard from our newest member, Nelg, that apparently you two have gotten yourselves some rather interesting new additions. Compliments of himself.
Oh yeah! Say shows off her arm, where the new giant raven is spread out from wrist to shoulder.
It would actually be a murder of them, but...
Yes. A murder of wait, is
oh wait, no,
raven?
that's crows.
That's crows.
It's a trouble of ravens.
Shows my knowledge of birds. Anywho, after you do that, it's like, exactly. Now, he also told me, and I'm not sure how familiar with this you all are, apparently using that with ill-equipped armor might cause it to explode, I believe was his wording.
More or less.
Well, I have taken it upon myself then, at his expense, to retrofit some new armor for you, exactly the same, but more accommodating. And he reveals two mannequins, each with a different set of armor on it. Arlo, the one that you see, looks like yours, however, it also has a different cloak of protection that seems to be split down the middle, with an open back on the actual armor piece itself. And in Saith, in your case, it's actually has it so that it has a different set of gloves of thievery, where the left glove it only goes up to the wrist as opposed to the original ones, which went further up the arm. It has it so that the entirety of the arm from the shoulder down to the wrist is fully exposed, and it takes the Cloak of Elven Kind and has it sort of spread over, like, as a cover for the arm. Very similar to one Ezio Auditore from the Assassin's Creed series.
Well, I love it.
I'm sure you all can tell which ones are yours.
Yes.
Saith is like literally salivating.
I don't know, it looks like it might be a little small, going over to Saith's armor.
What are you trying to say?
What, this armor, like, this one is supposed to be mine, right?
No.
Oh, I see, the one that is in my size, that one is my armor, that makes more sense.
Ugh, you're dumber than usual.
Yes, I, Salazar Amanda, am very dumb. Nothing like the very smart Dr. Arlo Aegon.
Smart?
Yes, he is a genius.
Right, okay, I get it.
He is the coolest guy ever.
Saith, you have to promise you won't murder him, at least not on the first day.
I can't make that promise. My promise to you all originally was that I would not kill you right away.
I mean, by Sal's rules, this is a new person. That might count.
It's pushing it.
So after all that, you guys both go to get your armor, and Saith, as you touch your armor, you feel an intense shock go through you, and you are repelled off of the armor.
Ow!
Oh, That's right. I almost forgot, silly me. I put a ward on yours safe. We need to talk.
Okay?
Now, normally I would love to give this away. This is among my finest craft, but I am already aware of your opinion of my work. What was that ugly word that you used when you bought the armor you're presently wearing before it was tarnished by that oaf on the anvil?
Gaudy.
That's the one.
Oh, it is as though she was talking all of that good shit a second ago, and then she got attacked by the warded armor.
Thank you, not Doctor.
Arlo?
No, he's Sal. And he's also not involved in this. Your problem is with me right now.
Alright, what do you want?
Oh, just a few things. First of all, I want an apology for you insulting my craft. A genuine one.
You realize that I literally get paid to kill people.
And you realize I get paid to craft armor and clothing, of which you insulted and had destroyed.
Jesus Christ, you really are like a stereotypical flaming gay boy.
You're really not helping yourself at all here. I take great pride in my craft, and when you had Morgrin spit on it, you may as well have had him spit on me.
I'm sorry. Nope, okay. Hang on. I got this.
I have all day.
Hold on, just a second. She's gonna, walk out the door, take a deep breath, spit on the ground, come back in, with a perfectly innocent grin on her face. I'm sorry that you feel as though I hurt your feelings.
It'll do. Now, here's my second condition. In the future, you are to treat my craft with respect. Anything that you get from me is to remain as is. And if you require any further customization from them, it will be at my discretion.
I can always scuff it up myself in battle.
No.
What do you mean, no? How the hell am I supposed to fight and not scuff armor?
Have faith in my craft, simply put. I don't just make it look presentable, I make it so it stays that way. But when you give it to an oaf with a magic hammer, whose entire job it is to destroy things, obviously things change.
How much shit did he give you guys for this? She's gonna turn to them on the other side of the room.
They are blatantly ignoring this whole thing.
Okay, fair enough. Jesus Christ. I mean, Asmodeus... Fuck, he doesn't have a last name.
Asmodeus, Dodius.
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus. Yeah, has anybody figured out why Modi is called Modi yet?
Oh, shit.
Are you fucking serious? Did you really not catch that?
No, I didn't!
Fuck, Drew! Damn!
Goddamn lavender all over again!
Oh my god.
Damn lavender all over again.
Alright, fine. But you also have to respect the fact that I have a little bit of a different style and tend not to like to stand out.
Please. Do you really think I would be so foolish as to provide someone with something that they wouldn't absolutely love?
She, points at her breastplate with her arms out.
If you're going to be like this, I don't have to take the ward off.
I'm just saying, we both have our own preferences. I'll respect yours if you respect mine.
Or I just don't give you the armor.
Lord Almighty.
I don't think you understand how petty I can be.
No, I'm seeing it.
He extends a hand out. So the ends one way. Deal?
Fine, she'll shake his hand.
A pleasure doing business with you. And he snaps his fingers. It's yours.
She, like, pokes it gently.
It doesn't shock you.
Alright, she takes it and just straight walks out.
Nothing else you want, dear?
She's already gone.
What about you two? Anything else you might like, or are you satisfied with what you've received from me thus far?
Oh, this whole time this has been going on, like, Arlo has been changing into the armor, and he's just kind of, like, moving around, and he's like, ah, no, this is perfect.
Wintera's good. She just looks at her armor, now noticing that it has not taken anything, even though she has quite literally passed out several times and, like, has transformed into multiple different animals, and she's like, nope, holding up really good.
But of course, until next time, bye. So with that, you guys now have either the archives, the dining hall, or just piecing on out.
I think we should go by the archives.
So when Tara can see her girlfriend.
They aren't dating. Wintera looks at the other two, and she says, why don't I catch you guys in the meal hall in a bit? I have something I want to take care of first.
Sure. You okay?
Yeah, no, everything's perfect.
All right.
And she means it, like, sincerely.
Can I roll insight on Wintera?
Sure.
Can I roll strength to pull him away by the ear?
Also, yes.
You have to roll pretty good. Especially since my insight was a 20 motherfucking 5.
Oh, shit.
Alright, Christina, roll deception.
Jordan,
Yes.
that was a nat 1.
Oh, honey.
He read you like a book.
Like Otto has like that that meme moment where he's thinking and you're seeing the math equations going in the back of his mind and he's remembering like their interactions before and like he's lining everything up and he's like, oh.
Here's the legitimate thing. Wintera does not recognize this in herself. So if you recognize something, you know it before she does.
I'm fine with that.
Now you two roll a post strength check, and since you are busy gawking at this, Arlo, I'll say you have disadvantage.
21, because it was a natural 20.
I got a 12.
Okay, yeah. You realize this, but then you also feel a tug as Saith wraps her tail around you and yoinks you away.
Wintera just looks utterly confused by, like, Arlo's weird expression. She's like, alright, whatever. And she heads down towards the archives.
You make your way down to the archives, and as per usual, you find Bookworm there, just reading a book. Orlo is not there for once. There's also not really anyone else there that you can see. It looks like it's just her, but it's a large library, so there may be someone in there, you just can't see him from where you are.
Okay. So she walks in and gets closer, so she can kind of take a better look around at what's going on, and as she gets closer, can she see anyone else as she approaches Bookworm?
No.
Okay, so as she gets, like, closer to Bookworm, she's like, hey, Bookworm, but it's in Druidic.
She looks up, and then you hear a light breeze. She says, hi. And you can figure if she's doing this, there's probably no one in there.
Wintera kind of looks off to the side for a second, and she says, so we're going on another mission, and I thought it would be kind of fun. The past couple of weeks, I maybe have left some friends in your archives.
She looks very confused.
Just trust me, you'll start noticing them soon. They have some questions that I've left, and you know, you don't have to answer any of them if anything is not something you want to talk about. You know, anything you want to talk about after I get back is fine, but I wouldn't ask them to ask anything if it was uncomfortable for you to talk about that I wouldn't feel comfortable sharing too. But I just wanted to tell you that I'm looking forward to coming back and hanging out with you more.
She starts to blush and hides behind her book, and you feel a breeze blow by. It says, "Yeah, it sounds good."
When Tara looks concerned, she's just like, "Are you sure we don't need to take you to, like, get checked out by a medic? Your face does that a lot."
No, really, I'm fine. Please, good luck on your mission.
Oh god, she's so cute.
Okay, bye, Bookworm. I'll see you later. And for anyone else that is confused, what is left in the library are little small, like, ladybugs and starflies that she has left just in places she has noticed that Bookworm has been hanging out. And they have, like, various questions attached to them via animal messenger.
That will be relevant later.
And then Wintera goes and joins the others in the food hall.
So you reconvene with Arlo and Saith in the meal hall. Arlo is there serving food as always. You guys are free to get the complimentary meal with a D10 Bardic Inspiration. And you can pay the, I believe it was 10 gold, for the first day haste, if you would like it.
I just do the normal meal. I'm not going to do the haste.
Coward.
Yeah, there's a lot of risk in it.
Yeah, I'll have the normal meal as well.
You're all cowards.
Not even just that, but it's espresso. Wintera doesn't like coffee.
Oh. Well, at least you can provide a canon reason for it, then I guess I have to accept it.
I'm just imagining that, like, Tara's reaction to coffee is just like, this bean soup is so bitter, and it's way too hot.
Bean soup. Oh my Christ.
I mean...
No, you don't understand. That's literally what I wrote down. This bitter bean juice is gross. When I was writing through if she would like
This
coffee or
bitter
tea.
bean
However,
juice.
Oh.
the hot part of it isn't what matters, because Wintera does like
Oh
tea.
no.
I can't with you!
Oh god.
She likes tea because it grows in the forest, like things that you can make tea with. So she's more accustomed to that. Coffee is way more bitter, and she's not used to it.
Alright, cool. Well, got to learn a few other things about Wintera there.
A vanilla macchiato is technically a 3-bean soup.
I don't like that. I don't like knowing that.
Moving on! Yeah, so you guys have your individual meals. You each now have a D10 of Bardic Inspiration to use at any point during the mission. So you guys make your way over to Dispatch, where you find Odart just kind of doing his thing, floating on around. He sees you guys like, "Ah, there you are! Ready to head on out to..." And he pulls out a little notepad, like, "Hi, Manther." That's right? That's where you guys are going?
It is pronounced Diamander.
I mean, there's a T-H... Why are you talking like that?
This is how I talk. I am Salazar Amander.
Don't ask questions, Odart.
You know what?
Odart, just don't ask questions. Please.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think this disguise is very good if everyone like is immediately seeing directly through it.
Well, everyone who's seen directly through it is the people who have been spending the last couple of months with you and recognize that you are with your team.
That's fair.
Also, Odart would for sure know if there was a new recruit. He's the one that lets them in.
Before we get into any teleporting pads, Wintera looks at Odart with kind of an incredulous look. Like, Odart, what are you?
Kid? What are you?
Wintera's like, well, I think my family refers to ourselves as shifters. That's what I meant.
Oh. Human.
Huh.
You seem very mature. And not in a good way.
Oh, you mean because I say fuck?
Yeah, that! Also, you called our boss a bitch at one point.
Am I wrong?
No, I mean, you're definitely correct, but...
Damn straight.
Hey, don't call Ryan a bitch. She is a very nice lady. You just have to get to know her.
Yeah, we get it. You're in love with the boss lady. Let's move on.
What? Who said that? That is not a thing.
Look, Arlo, I'll call your girlfriend whatever the fuck I want. I don't care.
I'm gonna figure out who your parents are, and when I do, you are so in trouble, young man.
Haha, joke's on you. I'm an orphan.
Aww.
Same.
That is very sad.
Oh, shut up.
Do you need a hug, little man?
I don't know. Do you want to be sent to an interdimensional hell prison? Because I can do that.
Don't make me grab you with my tail again.
Me or him?
No, not you, Odart. I said again. When have you ever been grabbed by my tail?
I don't know. Maybe you dreamed it and thought you could stand up to me. I don't know.
Boy, all of you are just getting on my nerves today.
Odart, why are you dreaming about getting wrapped up in Say's tail?
Stop.
He turns
please.
bright red and says, "Step on the teleport pad, please."
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Faith gets a look of abject horror in her eyes. Like, please don't tell me you've ever dreamed of that.
Odart is not making eye contact at all.
I'm gonna throw up. I am going to throw up.
Is that teleport pad? Please get on it.
When Tara drags Arlo onto the teleporting pad, as I assume he is dying of laughter because now she's horrified too.
This is my new favorite episode!
Got him in the last few minutes. Got him.
Oh, God.
All right, so you all step. Okay, thank you. So you guys step on / are dragged onto the teleport pad, and Odart, fast as you have ever seen him, snaps his fingers, and you guys are enveloped in a bright light.
Faith unblinkingly stares at him as he disappears.
And that is where we will pause our tale for now. Hey guys, thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to listen to the end for a little blooper that didn't make it into the episode proper. We're adding those at the end of each episode as a little something to those who listen until the very end. But before that, we have some plugs and promotions. For anyone in the South Charlotte area, check out Just Cheesecakes by Tina Rose on Facebook. They're a local bakery that specializes in, you guessed it, cheesecakes. They do custom orders and delivery, so it's a quick and easy way to satisfy your sweet tooth. We are also partnered with Black Feather Graphics. They've helped us with the show before, designing our logo and official art used on our social media. They've recently started to specialize in apparel, so check them out at blackfeathergraphics.com. Finally, our own Drew McLean is the fitness genius behind Kinetic Concepts. When he's not reciting the holy scriptures of Bahamut, Drew is a personal trainer that customizes your workout to your own needs. He's helped me get in fighting shape and is also helping my brother to prepare for a marathon. To get yourself in shape, just find Kinetic Concepts on Instagram. If you want to support the show, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Agents of Damned, and on Twitter at Agents of D. We also have a Patreon at Agents of Damned, where we post episodes a week before their standard release, alongside our after show, Peek Behind the Screen, where we talk about what happened in the episode and what we think will happen next. Finally, check out our website at agentsofdamned.wordpress.com, where you can get access to full transcriptions of every episode and learn a little bit about the show's creators. Until next time, bye!
Yeah, you
Okay?
alright?
Yeah,
You sound like you're dying.
sorry.
This is the last episode of the podcast, everyone. Katie is
Yep.
dead.
Sorry.
Man, I miss Katie sometimes.
Okay.
It feels like I can hear her voice.
Is as if she were still here with us.
I hate you guys.